Hello everyone, good evening to all. So let's start for the today's topic here. Okay. So today we are going to be understand more about the uh, MRP. Okay, which is the your integration of your PP production planning as well as the MM module is there. Correct. So today we'll be going to be start with that MRP run, which is first one part that we are going to be see about the consumption based planning there. Okay. So what is meant by the consumption based planning? Verbally anyone can tell what is the consumption, or according to the consumption based planning, what we need to be manage. Anyone else? Not regarding to the SAP, anything else regarding the consumption? Yes, anyone?
Yes,
uh,
uh, based planning. It means while planning, we have to look for the previous consumption. What was the previous consumption? Based upon
mm,
that consumption,
mm,
we will do the future planning.
correct. So according to the past consumption, so any examples for the consumption based planning, or on which basis we should try to work on that, and what is actually the material requirement planning or MRP run?
See, in
Mm,
consumption-based
mm,
planning,
mm.
we are referring the historical data to calculate the future requirement. But
Okay.
in MRP, material requirement planning,
Mm, mm,
uh, company or business has a forecasted planning for whole the year.
correct.
Accordingly, they are planning for the material requirement. It is
Correct.
a demand
Planning,
driven
demand planning is
demand
called
driven
demand planning.
approach.
So
MRP.
that is the major difference in your consumption based planning and your normal MRP run is there. Okay. So that is the difference that you mentioned clearly there. Okay. So in sorry, in consumption based planning, we are taking the reference from the last year, whatever the consumption of that material will be the happen. According to that, we should set a reorder point. Okay. And as you mentioned in the normal MRP or a material requirement planning, we should go with your sales team there. Okay, always. So according to the sales order, we can just plan whatever your future of that material. Correct. That is the major difference between your consumption based planning and your material requirement planning. Also, it's a part of your, both are the part of your MRP. Okay, not a different. That subdivided into that. So consumption based planning and then your uh, MRP run there. Okay. So depends on its your planning or future planning, as you mentioned, that is the clear. Okay. So in a normal, I'm asking you, what is the material requirement planning? How to fulfill that, or what is the purpose of that? Normally, not regarding that SAP. In normal, what is the material requirement planning and why we required or why we need to do that? What is the purpose of that? Clear my question? What is the normal material requirement planning? Why we require the material? And why SAP recommending to use that MRP tool?
Mayur, what I
Hmm.
think to save the inventory cost also, we need a MRP planning. Let's say one material which is required for a production. So
Okay.
there should be a minimal stock of that material.
Okay.
Like it should not get consumed.
Hmm.
The production should not get stopped.
Hmm.
So because of that, we maintain some stock.
Hmm.
Once that stock reaches, once we run the MRP cycle, automatically the purchase order gets created and again the stock will come to
Correct.
the this. Yeah, for that we
So
use MRP.
that is the true. Whatever you mentioned. Okay. Minimum stock of that material also that we are going to maintain. That is the correct. And again, the advanced point that you mentioned like that to shortage of the material definitely during the production. If shortage will be the happen, what happen then? Production will be the stop there. Correct. So we require the continuous production of that material. Correct. So we don't want to stop your chain, whatever the production is there. Correct. So for the due to the what we can say lack of the material, definitely your production should not stop. That's why we are using the MRP. We can calculate all your yearly or plan. So according to that, we are just going to be plan the material. Okay. So that's why material requirement planning is properly done by the production planning team there. Okay. But whatever the important that 2 points, okay, consumption based planning which is used there, and along with that consumption based planning normal MRP, I just want to show that part there. Correct. So to fulfill the requirement of your production planning team to get the material, and we don't want to stop our production line there. Correct. So we require the continuously supply of your raw material, then other whatever the materials are there, correct? So according to that, to continuously run your cycle, we can plan the material there, correct? That is about your material requirement planning. Okay, properly planning of your material, definitely it is done by your planning and executing team is there, production planning, so they will work on that, their production plan there. Okay, so according to that, material team is going to be plan for your material there. Okay, that is nothing about your major material requirement planning, and then again subdivided into the two parts, consumption base and your backbone of your material requirement planning is MD61. Okay, so one by one we can try to explore there. Okay, hope everyone are clear about the theoretical part, why we require the MRP, and it is a part of your production planning team there, correct? Just for your adding knowledge and just for the as a topic that we can just going to be covered here. Okay, so as Prakash sir mentioned here, correct, consumption based planning. So according to the previous last year consumption there. Okay, so for the raw material or for the spare parts, whatever there, so according to that also we are going to be plan the material in the future, correct? So any examples anyone just want to add for the consumption based planning? Any example if you can able to add here? Any material just you can take and you can add it here if you know about that. Which is the critical material is there, correct? Anyone knows? Akshay or Prakash or anyone?
See, in our organization, actually for the consumption based planning, we
Mhm.
used to call like that min max level for that item.
Correct.
That are the running items that
Mm.
are not needed to be costly every time, but they should be available in your stock to ensure
Correct.
that your production line will not stop. So what will happen? You will set one range for that item. Suppose there are some tubes.
Reorder point we can show.
Tubes are there which will
Uh,
require for your production every time. If the
okay.
tubes are not available, then
Mm.
the production line will be stopped.
Stop.
So in
Okay.
that case, they will set a minimum level of tubes. Suppose 300 tubes is the minimum level, 300
Okay.
numbers should be the minimum, and
Uh,
500 quantity should be maximum level. So your
okay.
stock will be always in between 300 to 500,
And okay.
and the reorder point when it
300.
reaches, so you
Okay.
have to give one reorder point, then
Correct.
automatically PO will or PR will generate and it
Correct.
will convert into PO like that.
Correct. That is the best example. This is for the raw material or PM. What is you are mentioning?
It is a depends raw material.
It's the raw material in your case. Correct.
Yes,
Tubes, whatever you
from
mentioned, that is the raw
raw
material.
material. You can also plan for the bought out items. C class items also
Yeah.
included in the
Okay.
which the inventory
Depends
cost
on
is.
the business to business. It is
Yes.
depends there, correct? So
Yes.
whatever the example you mentioned here, that is for the RM. So whatever the example right now, I'm just want to adding example for the spare parts is there. Okay, just take a condition in your in my case. Okay, so your example is also the good. I can just add from my side. So in my scenario, what happened in our company? So we have, as you mentioned, okay, so minimum stock level, correct? It is in our case we call it as a MSL, okay, minimum stock level of that material, correct? So if material stock is falls below than the set level or set quantity, okay, so what happen? Automatically system should trigger the mail to your purchaser. Yeah, so XYZ material, the stock is falls below your MSL value set. Okay, so in that case, what we are going to, we can just again go and search for that possible source of supply, and again we can just try to create a purchase order. It is the manual part. Okay, and again, if you can do it through the MRP, definitely we need to be set the reorder point, then we can manage the info record and source list. System will be automatically create your purchase requisition, and then from that purchase requisition we should try to create a purchase order there. Okay, so this is the example of what I'm just going to maintain. So during the maintenance, definitely there are some spare parts are very criticals are there, correct? So we need to be set the minimum stock level of that each and every material. So today I will just take the one example for the specific bearing is there. Okay, so every one of during the maintenance or breakdown, definitely it's a stoppage of your production, correct? So to manage to breakage and that the maintenance departments require the few spare parts are there. Okay, so that are the very criticals. So in the markets, very few are the suppliers who are supplying that specific type of the material, correct? So and it's take the too much time to get that material from your vendors to the company side, correct? So according to that, we can just plan that material. So we can say, yeah, so this is the minimum stock level of that material. Okay. So below than that, stock will be the fall. Definitely, we should go and again purchase the material because of we don't want to break down our production planning team. They are correct. So that is the example today. I just want to mention here. So for the spare part, I can just show you the one consumption based planning cycle here. Okay. Understood everyone the example? Okay. So just take an example. The maintenance department is required the one bearing. The specifications are XYZs are there. Okay. So for the production planning team, during the maintenance, they require the minimum stock of that material or bearing is 100 quantity. Okay. If the stock falls below than the 100, definitely we need to be purchase that material there. Okay. In that case, in my scenario, what happened after consumption of your stock, system should trigger automatically. MSL triggering to your purchaser, and then he can understand, yeah, this material stock will be the false. We need to be create the purchase order, and we can look into the market for that material there. Okay. So how automate this system instead of a manual process? So that today we can just see here. Okay. According to the past consumption, we have set that value as mentioned by the Prakash sir there. Correct? MSL we can set minimum stock level of that material there. Okay. So you clear everyone about the example? Any doubts in a consumption-based planning? Adikshita, Vanaja, Akshay, Pooja, Selva, or Priyanka. So this is just theoretically I explain you there. Okay, once we'll be start with the practically, that time you will be better understanding of this example there. Okay, so we can just jump into the SAP and we will start with the practical there. Okay, just for the MRP or consumption based planning, what are the views we need to be maintained then in a material master creation part? Anyone else?
MRP 1, we have
Okay.
MRP 2 and MRP 3. 3 MRP.
Okay. Okay. So all the views we need to be maintained there. Okay. MRP 1, 2, 3, 4. There are the 4 views for the MRP. So that we need to be maintained for the consumption based planning there. Okay. So let's start the creation part of your material. So before the creation part of the material, I just want to show you how to control the how to create a MRP controller is there. Okay. So first thing is that we can go for the SPRO. We can go for the SAP reference IMG. Okay, then we can go for the materials management there. Okay, so firstly we can just go with your consumption based planning there. Okay, so here we can just search for your plant parameters. Okay, already before this we have done the carry out of your maintenance of your plant. Okay, click on your carry out overall maintenance under the materials management and consumption based planning. Click on that part. Here you can start to click on the maintain. Okay, so if you can click on the maintain, then click on your plant which is you're going to use. Click on the maintain. So here you will be get the option to create your MRP controllers. Okay, so why MRP controls? It is the information about that who is running the MRP. Okay, definitely this is managed by your production planning team because they are running this MRP there, correct? But why we are going to tell you about that? Because definitely it's a plus point during the interview if you know the MRP is there, correct? So already I created the one MRP is there, MRP controller is there, MR1. Okay, if you want to try to create, you can just go and keep one standard one and try to copy. Okay, so I can just try to create one new MRP controller name. Okay, so let's MR1 is there. Okay, I can just try to create a MR0. Okay, so MRP controller for TP10. Okay, just I put as a description TP10. Okay, telephone number, whatever you want to manage, recipient name. Okay, so I can just put as my name. Okay, so that's it. You need to be only create MRP controller here. Okay, that is the only one single configuration is required for this. Okay, so as per my customization MR0, which is the MRP controller for the TP10, just we have created there. Okay, so anything you can just manage to create your MRP controller there. Okay, that is the one only customized things we require there. After the MRP controller, our work will just start there to run the MRP. for the consumption based planning. So we can go for the creation part of your material master. Okay, select your material type and your industry sector. I think someone has changed the name. Okay, can you see raw material architect? People are doing some randomly changing things into the server also. Okay, later I will change that, no issues. Select your material type. So here, as you mentioned, the difference is that for running the MRP or for the consumption based planning, we require to select the MRP views. Okay, so before this we have not yet selected any views for the creation part of your material for the MRP. So right now we can select that 4 views, MRP 1 2 3 4, which is required for the consumption based planning. So this is your basic data one. Okay, and other views are similar to material master creation. Okay, only 1 2 3 or 4, these 4 MRPs you need to be select for the creation part of the material master. Okay, then click on the continue. So enter your plant and storage location, that is the similar. Okay, so here I'm just going to be create one of the bearing size, we can number 252530. Okay, this is the size of this bearing, which is very rarely available in the market. Okay, so that's why we are just going to be set consumption based planning for this bearing. Okay, so as usual, so this is our practice server. Okay, so we don't track the previous consumption of that bearing there. Okay, so we just take the assumption of that. Yeah, last year we required this bearing as a 5,000 quantity. Okay, and the MSL of and that minimum stock, we should keep it as a 100 quantity of there. Okay, so once time we can consume the stock as a 50 100. Okay, in the that case multiplication there. Okay, so what we are going to do, so this is the bearing which is used for your maintenance department, and if the stock falls below the 100 quantity, we need to be plan this material there. Okay, so that is the case for the consumption based planning. So what I'm going to do, so initially we should enter the things which are the standard one for the creation part of your material, purchase group and all these things. The difference is in your MRP 1 and 2 views is there. Okay, so for the bearing, under the MRP 1 view, we need to be enter the MRP type. Okay, for the consumption based planning, MRP type is VB. VB is means what? Manual reorder point for your planning. Okay, just consider select this VB, which is used for your manual reorder point for the planning. Means what? We should enter the manual reorder point and we can set the consumption base for this material there. Okay, under the MRP procedure, we can select the MRP type. Then here we need to be enter the reorder point. Okay, so what is the reorder point? So this is a reorder point means what? At which level we should plan the material, the stocks falls below that. Okay, so that quantity we should enter as a reorder point. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to be set the reorder point as 100. Every one of you clear about this? What is the reorder point? Any doubt? Any question on this? A reorder point. Okay, so I'm going to be set. Just keep in your mind what are the things I'm going to be maintained during this MRP view there. Okay, so reorder point we have just maintain as a 100 quantity here. Okay, then here we should enter the MRP controller. So our MRP controller is MR0. Okay, then here we should be select as a lot size. So what is the lot size? Means which lot and how you are going to be procure the material. Okay, so we should select as a lot size as a fixed quantity. Okay, FX is used for the fixed order quantity. So what is the meaning of that? Whenever you are going to be create a PO, that much of a quantity or that much of a quantity purchase requisition will be the created into the automatically into the backend. So that's why it is lot size. It should be fix it as a FX for the fixed order quantity. Okay, just select it, and here you need to be enter the lot size. Means stocks falls below the 100. How much quantity should be system can create the purchase requisition there. Okay, so I should keep as a 500. So everyone are clear the difference between these MRP type, then reorder point, lot size, and fixed lot size. So the stock is falls below the 100 quantity. Definitely, system should automatically fix the lot size as a FX, and the size will be of your purchase equation will be the 500 quantity of this bearing there. Okay. Clear everyone? Till that is the main difference here, okay? Into your MRP1 view. That's it for the consumption based planning. Clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after setting that, we can just go for the next. Okay. So here again, not required to enter anything else. Okay. So this procurement type is for as a F. Okay. F for what? External procurement will be the alert. Okay. Definitely the material which is we are going to be purchase. Okay. Then again we need to be maintain the plan delivery time. Okay. Every one of you are aware about that. What is the plan delivery time? We should keep as a 2 days. Okay. Other than that, nothing required to enter. Only in MRP 1 and 2, we need to be select the data. And then finally into your accounting view, we can just manage your valuation. That is the same. Okay, we should put as a 300 rupees moving average price of that material. Okay, right now, as we have created that material, I will just copy this for the reference. So for this material, we have set the quantity and reorder point and all these things. Okay, this is the first time which is we are doing the planning of that material. Okay, so we will check the stock of that material in MMB. Okay, so definitely it's zero stock is available there. Okay, so as per the planning, how many stock we should be required now in the purchase requisition?
100.
No, in a PR I'm asking. Okay, not in MSL or not in a your reorder point, not in your that. So 500 quantity we have set now for the lot size. Correct. But during the creation part of your purchase requisition, it should be create the PR for the 500 quantity there. Okay. So how it works, that I can just show you there. Okay. Firstly, we should enter the T code MD02 for the single line or multi-line item creation part of your purchase requisition. Okay. So here you can just execute your MRP. So it will be run by the MD02 T code. Okay. So enter the MD02 T code, then enter your material number, enter your MRP area as your plant. Okay. And here just you can click on the execute. Okay. So this is just a one kind of the warning message, not any kind of the error. Double click on that. Okay. So here you can see after running the MRP, automatically system should generate the purchase requisition there. Okay. So here you can see it is showing like that one number of the purchase requisition will be the created there. Okay. So this selection criteria you should put same plant, processing key, and take create purchase requisition 2, 3. Okay. So these are the standard format is there. Okay. Don't do the any changes in this. Okay. So here you can see automatically system generated the one purchase requisition there. Okay. So how to execute that and how to check that purchase requisition? Firstly, you can do the MD02, and finally you can run the MRP by using the MD04 T code there. Okay. So these are the two important T codes are for the stock requirement. You will be using there MD02 for the generating the PR and MD04 for the executing your report, executing your MRP. Okay. Enter again your material number, MRP area, and your plant. Enter it. Okay. So this will the screen will be open up. So here you can see you will be get the purchase requisition number. Okay. So after purchase requisition number, what happened? So if you can double click on that, here you can see automatically purchase requisition will be the created for how much quantity? It will be for the 500 there. Correct. Understood right now? Selva or everyone? Why this will be the triggered? Because if you can check here, so it is showing like that stock of your material will be the 0 now. Okay. And receipt required 500 quantity. So that time after the receipt, 500 will be the your available quantity. Why this is? Because during the material master creation in MM03, I just want to display there for this material under the MRP1, we have just enter that information correct as a stock size. If the stock is below 100, definitely system should generate the purchase requisition or lot size for the 500. Clear everyone? Why a PR will be generated for the 500 quantity here? Everyone clear now? Okay, so what we can do, we can just try to maintain the first. Okay, directly also you can run that, no issues. You can, from here also you can just try to sorry, convert that purchase requisition. If you want to click on the display element, click on the display. So this will be the your purchase requisition will be the opener. Okay, so here under the requisitioner you can see it is showing like that, requested by whom? MRP controller. Okay, if I can go into the status or a contact person, it will be showing us the telephone number which is we have maintained, then MRP controller name, purchasing group, and how created by the MRP controller. Before this, how it's showing? It is showing like a manual creation part, correct? Purchase requisition, but right now it is showing like that, created by the MRP controller. Okay, so here if I want to assign my source of supply in the purchase requisition, so what we need to do? Anyone? If we want to assign my source of supply here into the purchase requisition, so what we need to do? What are the prerequisites for this?
We need to maintain a source list.
Only sources is sufficient?
In MM01 also we need to maintain.
I'm only asking the assigned source of supply, not any fixation of your vendor.
Info record and source list.
Correct. Info record and source list we need to be maintained. And again, one thing I just want to ask you, in the source list, during the session of the source list, I shown you there is a one checkbox. Any one of you remember for the MRP controller, something we need to be select in the source list? Any one of you remember that point?
Yes, it is I think one relevant to MRP.
Correct. So during the maintaining of your source list, we need to be maintain that this is the source list related to the MRP relevant also there. Okay. Nothing to worry. From here also, you can convert your purchase requisition into the purchase order also directly. It is the option available. Click on the purchase requisition number. Click on the purchase order also. It is available. You can select vendor, enter your details, adapt your purchase requisition. It is also possible there. But here, okay, vendor I can change it. I think it's not available for that. Let me check. Okay, manual also you can work on that part. If you don't want to be working on the manual, directly also you can just assign the source of supply and then you can adopt your purchase requisition there. Okay, but here again you have to maintain the price manually there, correct? But if you can maintain the source list and your info record, definitely price will come automatically there. Okay, that is the difference between that. Okay, after creating the purchase requisition into the purchase order, this is the manual creation. Okay, and again if you want to automate that part instead of managing this, so before running the MRP, you need to maintain the info record for that material and the combination of your vendor. It is mandatory. Dependent, we can just do it. So info record, we can maintain the net price of that material. I will keep as a 250 rupees. Okay, and again we need to maintain the source list is there, correct? So ME01, we can just manage the source list of this material. Okay, from the today's to date, 655 is there, correct? I can also keep the same vendor 655 for the purchasing organization. Keep it in. So here this is your major difference into the source list, which is we are going to maintain for the MRP relevant. Okay, so whenever you are running the MRP, so that time you should select this number one for the material requirement planning. This record is relevant to the MRP. The system should understand while automatic creation or conversion of your PR into the PO, the system should automatically pick this vendor related to the MRP one. Okay, after saving that, you can just save the or change the maintain the source list, and then again you can just go with your MRP part. Okay, go to the MD04 again. Then you can enter your material. Okay, here purchase requisition, you can click on that, and here you can just go for the change part of your purchase requisition. Okay, change it, and here you can click on the assign source of supply. Understood, everyone? Like this, you can just save the purchase requisition, and here you can convert your purchase requisition into the purchase order. That is the major difference only. Click adopt. System should automatically pick the price. That is the major difference. Clear everyone here? After entering the source list and your info record, or assigning the source of supply, MRP relevant view. Okay, this is the first thing we have done right now. So what we can do, we can just try to convert this purchase order first. Check that part. Okay, we can just save this purchase order. Okay, again we can, I can just copy this PO number first, and just for the reference. Okay, PO will be the created. The next step is that we can just refresh here. Okay, automatically PO number will be the pop-up here. Okay, if you want to do any kind of the changes, also you can just do the changes if you want to do here. Okay, I don't want to do any kind of the changes now. Okay, then we can just release the PO first, because as you know, so someone has done that assignment here. Okay, so ME 2829, we can release the PO first, then we can go for the goods receipt. Save the PO, go for the GRN purpose. Okay, as you know, this is the zero stock we have available there, correct? We can go and receive the stock. Definitely after posting the GR, stock will be the increase. Okay, item okay, click on the check. Okay, storage location we need to be enter. I can add the RM00. Check. Before checking, we can just check the stock. Right now it's a 0. Okay, just post it. This is the normal process of the GRN. No any difference in that part. Okay, after posting the GR, so we can just refresh the stock. Definitely stock is right now as a 500. Okay, so this is the stock which is right now you're available at your company's end. Okay, so as per our reorder point, what we have managed there. Okay, so that we can open up now into the MM03. We can just display the material for the MRP1 view. Okay, then you can understand better for that part. Okay, MRP1 view I have selected there. Keep it in an RM00. Okay, so this is my reorder. What I am going to do, I am going to be consume the stock here there. Okay, more than less than the 500. Okay, so let's go for the goods issue. What happened to server? Okay, we can go for the issuing these goods. Okay, means what happening? Consumption of that material that we are going to do go now. We are issuing the goods for the cost center. Okay, just copy that material. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to be reduce the stock of that material only below the reorder point, just for your understanding purpose there. Okay, everyone are clear till whatever our reorder point, whatever our GRN we have done, how system automatically created the purchase requisition. Okay, MD02, MD04, and assigned source of supply, all these things we have clear. Okay, right now we have the available stock of the 500 quantity now, and I'm issuing the goods less than the or below the reorder point 450. Okay, and our reorder point is how many? 100 quantity is there. Okay, definitely stock is right now going to falls down the reorder point. Okay, system should automatically create the purchase requisition by running the MRP. Okay, goods issue on the cost center. Check this part. Item okay. Check. Click on the post. As we are posted, okay, material document will be the posted. Definitely stock of your materials false. Check. Right now, how many stock is available? 50 quantity. So what will be happen here? Your stocks falls below the which point?
Reorder point.
In this case, what happening then? How much quantity for the PR will be raising here?
550.
How 550?
Fixed lot size 500. Sorry, 500. 500.
Only 500 is there, na?
Yes, 500.
So it's not going to be checked now, because already we have maintained here lot size is a fixed order quantity, correct? So it is not going to be vary. Whenever stocks is falls below that, system should create the purchase request only for the 500. That's it. Clear, everyone? So again, we can just go run your MRP MD02. We can go enter the material, click on the double enter. Here you can see automatically purchase requisition will be the created here. Only that is the steps you need to be followed there. MD02 you can go run your MRP and again execute the MRP into the MD04. Enter material number, MRP area and plant. Here you can see automatically purchase requisition will be the created for how much quantity? Only for the 500, and overall stock after the purchase requisition 550 is there, correct? So it should never include the available material. It will be going to be create fixed 500 quantity purchase requisition. Clear, everyone? Till so this is your consumption based planning. Understood, everyone? Or any open question? Again, we can create a PO, GR. Again, stock is going to be falls below reorder point. Again, these steps is going to be calculated. Okay. So this is how we can just manage the consumption based planning in your organization. Okay. So definitely your production planning team. So there is a one planning guy is there. Okay. So he's going to look into this, all the activities there. Okay. So he can just take a plan of all the material, then he should run the MRP daily basis. So he will be check all this activity. Okay. Then purchase requisition, he can forward it to your procurement team. Then procurement team working on the looking for source of supply, whatever is there. Next step is will be managed by the materials management for the purchasing of your that material. Understood? Till MRP creation, purchase requisition creation, it is managed by the production. After all, it will be managed by your purchasing team there, correct? That is more about the consumption based planning today we have seen. And again, the left out part regarding the MRP run, which is your backbone of your MRP, that is will I think conduct tomorrow, because it's again a too much lengthy part there. Okay, so you can again getting the jumbling. This part you can clear. Then tomorrow we'll continue with the remaining part of your material requirement planning again there. Okay, till everyone clear for the consumption? Very few changes are there required. Okay, so this is also we can just automate if your stock is falls below. So during the output determination we can check that part there. Okay, if your stocks falls, you can just add your purchasing team's mail ID. So automatically system should generate the output and message the stock of your data material, the stocks falls, and you will be working for the creation part of the purchase order there. Okay, that is also the possible in our case. That scenario is there. Whatever I explained for all kind of the spare parts which are the critical, not only the critical, every spare parts near about 650 plus list of the materials is there, which are the criticals are there. Okay, for each and every we have done this kind of the implementation there. Okay, so we have set the reorder point, calculated the last year consumption of that material, and then this project right now it's working there. Okay, for every spare part, if the stock falls, it will be triggering the automatically email to your procurement engineer or who is working into your organization for the procurement. They will trigger the mail daily night at 12 o'clock. Okay, when we can reach out the office, we'll check. Yeah, this the stock of the material falls. We need to be look into the market for that material. Okay, clear everyone? This example or whatever the example mentioned by the Prakash sir, that is also the managed for the raw material also there. Okay, but definitely for the raw material, we are not going for the consumption base because it's a production material is using there. So we can use for the MRP only, not for the consumption based planning there. Again, it is depends on your business. You're using the consumption based planning for that, Prakash sir, for the raw material also.
Actually, they have considered tube as a raw material. It is a semi-finished product or
Okay.
final product. It was a tube bundle as a final product. So for tube bundle, they will require the tube, fins, and like that quantity. So they have categorized that tube as a semi-finished product.
Okay.
Min max level. It
Okay.
depends. Yeah, as you said, it depends upon the planner and the business also, which commodity under which category they have to put.
Yeah.
Depends on them.
Correct. SAP is designed to that any business can come and they can just customize their recipe according to their business is there. Correct. So I hope everyone are clear about this. If any questions, please you can ask.